From our studios in Scottsdale, Arizona, welcome to Retirement News Online, where we're talking today about estate planning and right now donor-advised funds. They're one of the simplest and most flexible ways to support the charities that you love while also receiving potential tax benefits today. Now they can serve as a powerful tool in your estate and legacy planning. And joining me today from the offices in North Carolina, Florida, and Ohio, it's Infinite Wealth Advisors, Kevin Sullivan, Robin Whitlock. You're also the hosts of the wildly popular Wealth Over Taxes radio show in all three cities out there. So I guess I'll start with you, Kevin. What is a donor-advised fund? We kind of got a little bit in the intro, but what's this thing all about?
It's a charitable organization that you control. So you are, it's exactly what it sounds like. You are both the donor and the advisor, meaning that you make a contribution into a donor-advised fund. You are in receipt of an income tax deduction for that in anticipation that the money that you put into the donor-advised fund eventually finds its way to charity. So for a lot of people that have philanthropic tendencies, what they will do is they will make a large contribution to a donor-advised fund, say $500,000 or $1 million, knowing that across their lifetime that they are going to make those contributions to their charitable organization. So they do that up front. You receive a large income tax deduction from that, which we can then leverage for other parts of the estate. And then over the course of your lifetime, when you're making distributions out to your charities, you can remove the money from the donor advised fund and into your charitable organizations, but you get all of the tax benefits right out of the gate.
You're the tax person.
Yes,
right?
I am.
Let's elaborate on some of those tax advantages.
Yes, we like to use those. A donor advised fund is an easy way for someone that's philanthropically inclined to donate money to get that tax deduction, and then they are able to control when they send those funds to that charity. If you donate cash, you can get up to a 60% tax deduction based on your adjusted gross income.
That's significant.
It is significant. So we do a lot of planning around making those cash contributions. You can also donate highly appreciated stocks. With those, you can get up to a 30% of your adjusted gross income deduction. So a lot of planning.
So how does that compare to like a private foundation or a charitable trust? This is doing more things, right?
This is easier than a private foundation. With a private foundation, there is a lot more moving parts. We do have clients that have private foundations, a lot more rules with a private foundation. So a donor advised fund is a little bit easier for someone that wants to get a nice tax deduction. They want to be able to make contributions. They want to time those contributions. With the private foundation, you have to contribute or donate at least 5% per year of the foundation. There's a lot more paperwork involved, administrative costs. You have to have annual meetings with minutes and so forth. So it's a little bit easier using a donor advised fund.
So both of you too, what kind of assets can you contribute here? It's not just financial, like money, right? There's other things.
Cash,
well, you can use cash, you can
stocks,
use stock.
Real estate can be contributed. Corporation, you can contribute corporate stock. Now there are some caveats there. The IRS has some caveats, but most anything, alternative asset classes and so forth. But before we make a recommendation to contribute those assets, we do some homework based on what the client's goals are, and then based on what the restrictions are on those assets. So a lot more planning involved, but a donor advised fund is an easy way for someone that wants to make donations to a charity to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think a good example of that would be, we have a client that was an executive for a major defense contractor. Yes. Had a very, very large 401k, very philanthropic in nature, made a $1 million contribution to his donor advised fund, got a big tax deduction for that, and we were able to take the lion's share of his 401k and Roth convert that, so he's going to be in a high tax bracket for the rest of his life. We were able to Roth convert that into a non-taxable account that grows for the rest of his life, and he didn't have any income tax consequences for making the conversion.
For that transaction.
Yeah, for that transaction.
Correct, yes.
So it's very, if it's leveraged correctly, and if you have an astute advisor that knows how to leverage it, you can really, really put yourself in a really, really good position from an income tax point.
That's a good question. How would somebody know that they have the right advisor? You guys work in lanes that other people, I don't think, have any expertise in. Would that be accurate?
That is correct. We are a holistic firm. I hate to use that term, but we look at the entire goal of the client. We look at estate planning, we're looking at their tax planning, we're doing their income planning. So we're not just focusing on the investments, we're looking at the entire client. So a lot of work involved, but that is what we've always done for our clients, and that is what we will continue to do for our clients.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I mean, in my experience, and I'm coming up on 25 years, I would say that probably 90% of people that come in to see us have money managers, guys that are in there managing the portfolio, not calling themselves advisors, but not really providing advice. So your advisor should be forward-thinking. You know, I always say left eye on the beachfront, right eye on the horizon. So you want to see things that are coming up on the horizon, make the client aware of that, show them what the options are. The client may not want to do the things that you're suggesting to them, but the fact is, if you're an advisor, you should be proactively advising the client to leverage their situation in the best way that they can.
You guys talk about this on your radio show all the time.
We do.
You,
Yes, we
you
do.
actually know what you're doing. Not that I'm surprised, but I
Thanks,
appreciate your
Scott.
time. Kevin Sullivan, Robin Whitlock, Infinite Wealth Advisors. Check out their radio show, Wealth Over Taxes, and thanks for watching Retirement News Online.